Unadulterated sports talk with unfiltered takes. It's the real Jonathan Smith Show on Indy Sports Ticket, 1430 AM and 99.5 HD2.
What's going on? It's the real Jonathan Smith Show here on Indy Sports Ticket. Hope you're having a nice week. It's Wednesday. Thanks for tuning in, no matter how you're tuning in. If you want to have a great ending to your week, do yourself a favor. Head over to IndySportsTicket.com. Bourbon and Birdies. Buy your tickets. I'll be there. Dan Dockich will be there. Show up, drink some really good bourbon, eat some really good food. It's happening at Back Nine Golf downtown. Imagine just a better version of Top Golf. That's what this is. Hit some golf balls. You get an hour in a bay with the purchase of your ticket and just a ton of great food and a ton of great bourbon as well. It's going to be an absolute blast. That is Saturday, October 26th from 11 to 3 o'clock. Once again, it's going to be a blast. Something that I wouldn't call a blast, but I would call historic, happened last night. LeBron James and Bronny James made history. With 4 minutes left to go in the second quarter, LeBron James and Bronny James played basketball together. Okay, first time ever, a father-son duo shared the floor in the history of the NBA. On their first offensive possession, LeBron James launched and missed a three. Then Bronny James came back down, tried to play some defense. He ended up guarding Julius Randle, who scored pretty easily. Wasn't off to a great start. But everyone is talking about this today because it's a big deal. Okay, it is a truly historic moment. Okay, some people are going to take this opportunity to talk about LeBron James and his longevity. Right, and how amazing his career has been, and on how him playing with Bronny is just more proof that he's the best player ever, which isn't true, and all these things. Right, they're going to talk about how amazing the career has been, and all that kind of stuff. Others will complain about nepotism. They'll say Bronny James shouldn't be in the NBA. He should still be in college. He should be in the G League. He only played like 3 minutes. He only grabbed 1 rebound. He was 0 of 1 shooting. He didn't really do anything. All that kind of stuff. I got to be honest. The Lakers used the 55th overall pick on him. I don't care. Okay? Whatever. Anyway, that's not what I want to talk about. I don't want to talk about nepotism. I don't want to talk about the longevity because those 2 points have been hammered home ever since we knew that this moment was going to take place. Instead, I would like to talk about how incredibly special this is. Like, this incredible moment doesn't happen without LeBron's longevity, and it doesn't happen without nepotism. Either way, the moment is incredible. The 2 minutes and 40 seconds that LeBron and Bronny shared the floor together was magical. It was magical. The energy in the building, every single time one of them touched the ball, just went up to a completely different level. Like, I could feel it at home. Like one of them would touch it and everybody would rise to their feet, and you could feel just like the nervous energy of like, is one of them gonna score? Is Bronny gonna score? Is LeBron gonna have an assist to Bronny? Is Bronny gonna throw an alley-oop to LeBron? Like what's gonna happen here? Are we gonna have this moment very similar to like Ken Griffey Jr. and Ken Griffey Sr. homering back to back? Like, is anything like that going to happen? I like just sitting at home on my couch at 11 o'clock at night or whatever time it was. Like I could feel it, and it was really cool. Like you don't get energy like that in game 1 of an NBA season ever. Okay, and if Bronny had scored, he didn't, which sucks. Like, the roof would have come off that place. Okay, because that moment is incredible. What we witnessed last night is incredible and unprecedented. It had never happened before. The NBA has been around for 78 years, and this is the first time that we're seeing this. And chances are we will never see this again. As I watched last night, as I watched, the Lakers and the Timberwolves, and I just the moment when they both got up off the bench and they both walked onto the floor, I couldn't help but think about my dad. Like I'm incredibly blessed to have the relationship with my dad that I do. I remember being in high school and like playing pickup basketball or two-hand touch football after church on Sunday with my dad. Like that felt special, because all my buddies, their dads were and still are just way older than what my dad is. Like I'm 24, my dad's not even 50 yet. Okay, just for reference there. And so, having just a younger dad who was able to do stuff with me throughout my entire childhood and even now, like my parents, they're coming up here in the next few weeks, probably gonna go and play some pickleball because that's something that I like to do, and that's something that my dad likes to do. And we're gonna play. I'm gonna absolutely wipe the floor with my dad because I'm way better than he is. I really hope he's listening right now. And like that'll be special. Right, because there's just nothing like doing something that you enjoy with your dad. And for some reason, doing it as an adult, it just feels more special, right? And to do it at the highest level, like LeBron and Bronny are doing or did last night, is just incredible. And as someone, as a 24-year-old who doesn't have any kids, I'm sitting back and I'm listening to a lot of the conversation about LeBron James and how big of a deal this is for him. And I got to be honest, I have no way to relate to that because once again, I'm 24. I've been married for a year and I don't have any kids. Like I have no idea what LeBron's feeling. So I want to focus on Bronny for a second because I think he's the figure in this who's not really being discussed very much. And last night for him, like he didn't just play basketball with his dad and for the Lakers. He also played in his first NBA game, which alone is a surreal feeling to put in all this work and to have your dreams come true. Okay, so like that alone is pretty surreal. But then you just take into the equation all of the things that have happened to Bronny, just over the last year or really throughout his entire life. Like he went from playing one-on-one in his backyard with his younger brother Bryce and probably with his dad, and I'm sure they also played horse and they probably played 21, and so he did all that as a kid to then becoming a McDonald's All-American. And then he commits to USC, stays home, stays close to his family. And while he's at USC, he has a heart attack. Right? And he misses a whole bunch of time. And then he shows up and, he plays a little bit of college basketball, but it wasn't really all that impressive. And part of it was because, like, the dude had a freaking heart attack and he just wasn't quite ready. And it didn't matter because his dad was like, you're coming out no matter what so that we can do this thing together. And now he's playing in the NBA. He had a heart attack last year. Now he's playing in the NBA. Like, that is incredible in and of itself. But then again, to step out on the floor for your first time as an NBA player with your dad is got to be just one of the most special things. And so congrats to Bronny. Congrats to LeBron. Hopefully things go well. More importantly, hopefully Bronny James has a long career in the NBA. Right? That'd be great for him. I hope that happens. But in order for that to happen, Bronny James needs to be sent down to the G League because that is where he belongs. He's not an NBA player by any stretch of the imagination right now. But last night wasn't about that. Okay? Like if I'm watching, ESPN or FS1 or whatever, and someone starts talking about how Bronny James isn't an NBA player yet, I'm going to turn it off because that's not what last night was about. Last night was about one of the best basketball players ever getting to share this incredibly special moment with his kid. And it's something that we will never get to see again, more than likely. It was incredibly special. It's over, though. Let's move on. We don't need to see this again, Lakers, because as I said, Bronny James isn't an NBA player quite yet. Okay, the best thing for Bronny James, and honestly, the best thing for the Lakers, is to send him down to the G League. You had the moment, you had the history. It was really cool. It's something that's going to live on in history for forever because for the first time in 78 years, for the first time in the history of the NBA, a father and a son shared the floor together. And that, whether you like LeBron James or not, whether you think Bronny James should be in the NBA or not, is incredibly special.